In 2020, on a Chinese dating show, a taxi driver from the mountain city of Chongqing made an appearance. As soon as the male guest stepped onto the stage, he stated bluntly, "I am a taxi driver. My monthly salary is about 5,000 yuan. I have an old house left by my parents, and the car I drive is a taxi I bought with pooled money." He came to this stage hoping to find a frugal and family-oriented girl, preferably someone younger. Unexpectedly, just after he finished speaking, half of the lights on the stage went out. Female guest number 1 was the first to question him. "You don't look young. Do you just age faster or are you actually old? And your monthly income is only 5,000 yuan, yet you're hoping to find a young and pretty girl? You don't even have any savings. How do you have the nerve to make so many demands?" The male guest was unfazed and replied, "It's not that I look older, I really am not that young. I'm 45 this year. And are my demands really that high? I don't think so. I admit my conditions are a bit lacking, but I'm a good person. I want to find a girl who truly loves me. Is that too much to ask? Although my income isn't high, I would hand over every cent to her to manage." When the female guests heard his age, more lights were turned off one after another. Another female guest mocked him directly. "You're already 45 years old and still haven't found a partner. Shouldn't you reflect on yourself? How can you still speak so confidently? With a salary of just 5,000 yuan a month, even if you save without eating or drinking, you'd only save about 60,000 yuan in a year. That wouldn't even buy you a toilet in a big city, and you still want to provide the kind of life girls dream of? Aren't you being a bit too naive?" After saying this, the female guest turned off her light immediately. Still, the male guest didn't care. "Why should I starve myself just to buy a house? I already have a place to live. Although it's a bit old, it's perfectly livable. Besides, it's not like I've never had a relationship. I was married before. I have an 18-year-old daughter who's about to go to college, and I live with my 80-year-old mother. I hope my future partner can help take care of my mother." Upon hearing this, the whole audience was shocked. No one expected this male guest to be a divorced man with a child. Female guest number 8 asked in surprise, "Oh my God! Why are you only saying something so important now? Your daughter is already 18, and your mother is that old, yet you're still looking for a young girl? What? Are you trying to find a sister for your daughter, or a free caregiver for your elderly mom? Wow, you've really calculated everything down to the last detail." At this moment, another female guest, driven by curiosity, raised her own soul-searching question. "Excuse me, can you tell us the reason for your divorce?" The male guest casually replied, "It was because I like playing mahjong. My ex-wife didn't allow it, so we argued constantly. Eventually, life became unbearable, and we got divorced. I just don't understand. After working hard all day, a man can't even enjoy a little hobby like mahjong? That's just unreasonable." Even the host was speechless at this point. Playing mahjong usually means losing money. You have an elderly mother and a child to support. How can you still think about going out to play mahjong? What if you lose everything? The male guest's eyes lit up when he talked about mahjong. "How could I lose? I'm actually very good at it. One time, I won 2,000 yuan in just 2 hours. Isn't that easier than driving a taxi for half a month? It's fun, relaxing, and helps with household expenses. What's not to love? Besides, which man in Sichuan doesn't like playing mahjong? Everyone's a fan. My ex-wife just didn't allow me to have this one and only hobby, and that's why we always fought." At this point, even the host was lost for words, and the entire studio fell into silence. Then, a female guest in a red dress unleashed her full firepower and snapped at the male guest. "Excuse me, if you love mahjong so much, why are you even looking for a girlfriend? Just spend your life with your mahjong tiles. The saying, the poorer you are, the less ambition you have. You're the perfect example. You're already in your mid-40s or 50s, yet you show no sense of being the pillar of your family, no ambition or goals, and you're even proud of playing mahjong. People like you don't deserve a wife or children." After saying this, she immediately turned off her light. The male guest snapped back right away. What's wrong with playing mahjong? How does that mean I have no ambition? It's just a hobby. It's not like I'm withholding money from my family or not paying living expenses. It's just like men who smoke or drink. We all need some way to relieve stress. Otherwise, life would crush us. You women go out shopping and buying things all the time. I never said anything about that. Besides, I don't even play mahjong every day, only when I'm not scheduled for work. Why can't I have a wife and kids too? There should be mutual respect. A female guest in a gray outfit quickly tried to ease the tension. May I ask, you're already 45 years old and still earning 5,000 yuan a month. Have you thought about switching to a higher paying job or starting your own business? The male guest thought for a moment. I'm pretty satisfied with my current life, so I'm not thinking about changing jobs for now. Sure, I don't make much, but the cost of living in Chongqing is low. There's a market right outside my home. My daily life is quite leisurely. I hang out with friends, drink a bit, play some mahjong. It's a good life. Besides, I'm older now and don't have much education. How can I compete with all those young guys in society? I think living a peaceful life like this is just fine. The female guest looked disappointed and said, Why are you so unambitious? You're not even old yet, and already living like you're retired. If you had earned enough money, fine, do what you want. But have you made 100 million yuan or 10 million yuan a year? No? Then you're just someone without goals. In my hometown, people like you would have been eliminated a long time ago. The male guest was clearly irritated. How can you say I have no ambition? How many Jack Ma's and Wang Jianlins are there in the world? Does being an ordinary person mean you don't deserve to live? I have my own ideals and goals. Don't you also want a boyfriend who's rich and handsome? The female guest's face turned cold instantly. The male guest continued. Everyone has their own lifestyle. Living at a slower pace is also great. You don't need to be rich. Material things aren't that important. What matters is that a family stays together and lives well. If I can survive in a big city like Chongqing, how would I starve to death in your hometown? May I ask what your job is and how much you make? What gives you the right to look down on me? A female guest in black clothes answered arrogantly. You're dragging down the average standard of your whole city. Sure, I don't earn much. I work at a real estate agency handling rental properties. But if you work hard enough, sign enough clients, you can earn decent commissions. The most important thing is that we have ambition and are striving for a better future. Not like you, just waiting around to die. The male guest, growing more impatient, said, All right then, I have nothing more to say to you. Since you clearly look down on me, just turn off your light already. Why waste more time? As soon as the male guest finished speaking, all the remaining female guests turned off their lights. In the end, only one light remained on. One of the women who had just turned off her light curiously asked, Hey, why are you still keeping your light on for a guy like this? The female guest smiled slightly and answered, I don't have big ambitions either. I also long for a peaceful life. But there's one condition. Sir, if we're going to live together, can you reduce your mahjong playing to once a month? If you can, I'll go with you. The male guest paused for a moment and then slowly shook his head. No, at best I can do once a week. A whole month is too long. I just can't accept that. Upon hearing this, the female guest immediately turned off her light. Well, I'm sorry, sir. We're not a match. At this point, all 24 female guests had turned off their lights. Just when everyone thought the episode was over, a shocking twist took place. Before leaving the stage, the male guest said something that stunned the entire audience. In fact, I'm not a taxi driver. I'm the owner of a publicly listed company with assets worth 200 million yuan, and I own multiple car dealerships. I have luxury cars and properties, whatever you can imagine. After saying this, he turned and walked off the stage in style, leaving all the female guests staring at each other in disbelief and regret.
This dating show was not just a man's self-introduction. It was a naked social experiment. Well, he said he was just a taxi driver, earning 5,000 yuan a month, with no savings, an 18-year-old daughter, and an 80-year-old mother. Almost everyone turned off their lights. They mocked him for being old, poor, unmotivated, and said he didn't deserve love. But when he turned around and told them that he was actually a wealthy entrepreneur worth 200 million yuan, the entire room was stunned. But the lights were already off, and the chance was gone, forever. So, was this a twist on reality, or just the truth unveiled? A man's honesty became his original sin. A woman's practicality became her greatest regret. What do you think? Was this man too good at acting, or is society just too materialistic? Would you be willing to marry a man who seems ordinary, but secretly holds immense wealth? Do you believe in true love, or do you choose reality? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I look forward to hearing your voice. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.